1027 WNEW, where rock lives. Led Zeppelin, of course. I got to remind the people, all right, when you hear It's Only Rock and Roll by the Rolling Stones, later this hour, be the 10th caller, and you've got a 4-pack of tickets to see Don Henley, Pete Townsend, Stevie Nicks, and Joni Mitchell, Friday, August 14th, and Saturday, August 15th. It's a day in the garden at Yasgur's Farm, Bethel, New York. And I hope it's not hot as hell like today.
Ho-ho! The baked apple today, Opie.
Yeah, we should introduce ourselves because it's our second day. It's Opie and Anthony.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? It sucks outside.
Hot town, summer in the city, Opie. Oh, that temperature sure is going up the old thermometer today. It's the baked apple.
But we're very...
Oh, how tired are you hearing that?
Well, we're very prepared for the heat wave in the city because we were watching the new news today on Channel 2.
No, every newscast.
Oh, I thought it was just Channel 2.
Top story, telling us things that I think are common sense. Make sure you drink plenty of fluids. You know, you might be thirsty, and unless we told you, forget to drink. So we're here to let you know. We're light, comfortable clothing. You know, I saw somebody ready to leave in a parka this morning, and I said, hey, it's going to be pretty hot. Maybe you ought to wear something light. And he said, hey, thank you. I probably would have died.
Yeah, I don't understand why they have to go on the news and state the obvious. Drink plenty of fluids, wear the light, comfortable clothing.
Yeah.
What about this one? Check on the elderly.
Check the elderly.
They shouldn't be outdoors today. You know, if you made it to 80, 85 years old, you know how to handle yourself in the heat, right?
I think there's probably been a couple of heat waves that they've lived through.
Right.
You know, and the other one is don't overexert yourself. You know, if you planned on lifting a few cars in this heat, don't do that.
I thought we were going to run a marathon in Central Park today. Today's the perfect day, right?
And no alcohol.
No alcohol.
And I don't understand this, because in the wintertime, when you get the first snowfall and they go through the laundry list of things to do when it snows, they also tell you don't drink. When the hell are we supposed to drink?
Yeah, they just don't want us to drink anymore.
I think that's it. Hey, it's a mild day in the 70s, and remember, no alcohol.
Right.
Wait a minute. I want a beer.
I like a wobbly pop every once in a while, especially on a Friday.
Yeah, so you'll hear that ad nauseum for the next couple of days because it's going to be hot.
Well, the best is when they show the graphic and they just put the baked apple.
Yeah.
It's not the Big Apple anymore. It's the baked apple this weekend. So,
and there's a fat person alert today. Stay clear. Fat people could explode in the city today. Very hot.
Actually, in a little while, next time we talk, I got to tell you something that I read. And I think it was, I forgot what magazine.
I'm just amazed you read.
But there's something that goes on with cows when it gets really, really warm. And I'll tell you about that next, okay?
All right.
Give us a call or send us a fax if you like, 212-957-WNEW. 1027 WNEW, where rock lives. Music sounds that much better on a Friday, huh? Almost quitting time, hour and a half to go. Very big weekend in the city. It's Opie and Anthony, by the way. I got to get this out of the way immediately. Are you, Anthony, a Yankee fan or a Met fan?
I am a Yankee fan.
Oh, you're one of those fair-weather Yankee fans, I bet.
Fair-weather Yankee fan.
Have you always been a Yankee fan, or did you just decide to switch over to the Yankees in recent years?
Yes, just today, Opie, I decided I was going to be a Yankee fan. I'm sure you were a Mets fan for years.
I'm still a Mets fan.
Of course.
They haven't had much success in the last 12 years, as we all know.
You were probably a Mets fan right after the '86 World Series.
No.
Right?
I say they rule.
Yeah, the Mets, man, they rule.
No, I still remember the days of Tom Seaver and Cleon Jones and the Stork in center field and Wayne Garrett.
All right.
Okay. I wish we had tickets for the Subway Series.
Oh, you can buy them,
I know.
You can buy them. I believe the scalpers are selling them.
Four Finger Louie's got some great specials outside the stadium.
You don't have a firstborn, do you?
No, I don't.
To pay for your ticket?
I hear they're going to get about $600 a ticket tonight.
True.
At Shea Stadium.
And you know what the real horrifying thing is? If there's a rain out, you know what's going to happen?
Well, supposedly there might be some rain tonight, sure.
Yeah. And then you got to what? Go tomorrow afternoon?
A doubleheader tomorrow at the stadium.
In the heat.
In the heat at Shea.
The blazing sun.
Can you imagine paying $600 for a ticket and sitting in Shea Stadium and it's 100 degrees?
There's a happy fan dying of heat frustration. Look at that foul ball. Here it goes into the stands, and no one's getting it. Everyone's dead from the heat.
It's going to going to be exciting. The city is alive with that. Actually, there's a lot going on this weekend in the big town. A couple new movies out.
What do you got?
Out of Sight, George Clooney and Jennifer Lopez. I love Jennifer Lopez. I want to stalk her. She was in town. I tried to find her, but no luck.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting good reviews, though, Out of Sight. 3.5 stars.
All right.
I have a problem with Dr. Dolittle, though.
Yeah, so do I.
Eddie Murphy's new movie. Depending on what paper you read today, it's not looking good at all.
He's really taking that Robin Williams tack, where he's just grabbing up these lame movies.
Right.
Like that. I don't know. Chris Rock is the hamster?
Yeah, I'm going to go see it just to see Chris Rock as the hamster. We got to get him on our show again.
I hear he studied for that by hanging out with Richard Gere. Is that true?
I don't know.
I read that somewhere.
Very good. Also, there's tickets still available for the Allman Brothers at Jones Beach this weekend. Mm-hmm. And, of course, on your radio all weekend long, we're giving away tickets to A Day in the Garden. And your next chance to win is, should we tease this a little bit? A little later this hour. How's that?
Very good.
If you've been listening, you know what song to be listening for to be the 10th caller right here at NEW. 1027 WNEW, the Rock of New York. That's Fastball in the Way. Getting lots of requests for that song today.
That's one of those songs that, if you're incarcerated in prison and you hear that, you'll be in the yard going, la da 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 da. Just sticks in your head, doesn't it?
It just puts you in a very good mood.
Happy mood. I am on death row, who cares?
You could be stuck in Friday afternoon traffic. That song comes on and you're happy.
Well, don't get carried away.
I know, exactly. So who's going to be the sucker that has the car that's going to break down today because it overheats because it's so hot out today?
The old overheating Dodge Aries K car.
Yeah, which person are we going to hate today when we're driving home?
Now, you were saying something earlier.
Yeah.
About the heat. Obviously, it's sweeping the country. I looked at the weather map, and the whole country is covered with 90s and 100s. And you were talking about something about cows?
Yeah, cows explode in the heat.
Now,
yeah. I was on the internet, and I read it somewhere.
On the internet?
Yeah.
Oh.
I believe everything I read on the internet.
That explains everything. And what do they say?
They say that when the temperature gets up into the high 90s, or even higher, like it's 100 today,
right,
that cows explode.
Now, they're walking around and just spontaneously combust.
Yes. Something to do with the gas in their stomach, and they explode.
Come on.
I am serious.
That's an urban legend.
No.
It sure is. That's an urban legend, like the story about the bride and groom.
Wait, I know the person that happened to.
You don't.
That is a true story.
That is an urban legend. The story goes that at a wedding, a best man gets up to do the toast.
Right.
And tells everybody to flip over their plates.
Right.
And underneath the plate is a picture of the bride and him doing it.
Yes, that happened to my sister's friend's brother. That is a true story.
That is not. It's an urban legend.
I know the person that happened to.
Just like your exploding cows.
The exploding cow thing is true. Maybe we could get a scientist on the phone today.
I've heard that cows, when they die in the heat, they might bloat up after a while laying in the heat
and explode.
And I did read that there's a job out there in Texas, guys that have to go out and explode cows to blow them up.
Sure.
They wrap them with explosive primer cord.
See?
And is this actual audio tape from Texas, Opie? Wow, an exclusive. Fascinating. I can't believe you actually got this.
I'm telling you, it happens when it gets real hot out.
Oh. Wow, got a little beef on you there.
Cows explode, I'm telling you. We're gonna get to the bottom of this today on the program.
I can't wait.
All right, if you want to give us a call, it's 212-757-1027. Fax line is 212-957-WNEW. 1027 WNEW, the Rock of New York, Semisonic, and closing time on a Friday afternoon. It's Opie and Anthony. Thanks for checking us out once again on our second show on NEW.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, right?
Certainly is. I'm having fun.
Got to tell you, we got a fax from Kristen, and she says, I used to have a cow, and it really exploded. Thank you.
An urban legend, cows don't explode in the heat.
I was reading it on the internet, and yes, when it gets over 100 degrees, somewhere in Texas, cows explode.
Why lie?
We'll get a scientist on the line, and he'll prove it for us. I'm telling you.
Yeah, because we are the show of the scientists.
Yeah,
they're the ones listening here.
I'm gonna mix this batch of serum, but first let me tune in Opie and Anthony.
I don't think so.
It is hot. But I'm looking out the window here at NEW, and it looks like Mayor Giuliani has decided to make it rain for us to cool us off. Thank you.
Is he actually at the controls?
I think he might be.
With my weather machine, I'll make it rain in New York. It's like Simon Bar Sinister, kind of.
He sure is.
Got that same hairdo.
Yep.
I'll destroy the world.
You know what I noticed about the mayor lately?
What?
He's got different hairdos.
For different occasions and different weather. He's like Mayor Potato Head.
Yeah, he's got snap-on hair for different occasions.
He has his turbo hydromatic air-cooled hairdo today. So on the news. Kind of keeps the heat off his head. There's the serious trying to get the vendors off the street do.
Right.
Which kind of swoops down in front of his eyes in the front. Sort of a familiar look.
Yeah. Is there a lot of marching going on when he's wearing that?
Yeah, a lot of marching down the street.
Right.
Sure.
Okay.
And there's the handing out awards, which is the happy hairdo. Combed to the other side.
Right.
Yeah.
When he's in a jovial mood.
Yeah, the happy do.
But I would like to thank His Holiness for making it rain to cool us off, because it's going to come down in Manhattan any second now.
Thank you.
And if you got something for the show, 212-757-1027. We have figured out the phone system, and we want to get some listeners on the air today, so give us a call. Hi, NEW.
Hey, how are ya?
Pretty good. How are you?
All right. I don't know anything about exploding cows, but you put an idea in my head before about no drinking when it's hot.
Yeah.
Well, I just had the coldest Heineken in the world, and I just want to thank you so much. This is exactly what I needed.
You're breaking all the rules.
I'm sorry. I have 5 more.
Are you dressed in light clothing?
Extremely light.
Are you doing any strenuous activity?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I had no choice.
Do you have grandparents?
Do I have grandparents?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, you better run right over there and check on them.
Check the elderly, for God's
Well,
sake.
they live a little too far away for that.
Well, the news said you got to check on the elderly. They can't handle the heat for some reason.
Find someone's elderly and check them.
Well, my next door neighbor's outside mowing his lawn. He looks pretty damn good.
Really?
Yeah, he does. He's in pretty good shape for a 70-year-old man, 75.
Oh, my God.
What are you into, ma'am?
Don't even go there.
I don't want to be honest with you. All right, well, have a great weekend.
I'll save a Heineken for you.
Enjoy the Heineken. We wish we were there with you.
Me too.
All right, maybe when we get off work.
I don't think so. Bye.
Right. No, I didn't mean I was trying to pick you up. I meant me and Ann are going to go to some bar and get a Heineken.
Get it. She's not interested in us. You heard her with the neighbor.
Hey, I got some Heineken and a pocket full of Viagra.
I'm ready.
Come on, Grandpa.
A Day in the Garden. Don't forget, NEW's got your tickets for the outdoor concert event of the summer. When you hear Tush by ZZ Top later this hour, be the 10th caller, and you've got a 4-pack of tickets to see Don Henley, Pete Townsend, Stevie Nicks, and Joni Mitchell, Friday, August 14th, and Saturday, August 15th. Where, Anthony?
At Yasgur's Farm, man.
In Bethel, New York.
Yeah.
1027 WNEW, where rock lives. It's crying out. 1027 WNEW, the Rock of New York Queen. We're going to send that one out to the Mets tonight. We're going to kick the Yankees' asses.
All right, so
in the Subway Series.
So you say.
It's Opie and Anthony. I'm a Mets fan, and Anthony is like a fair-weather Yankee fan. Just started following them 2 years ago.
Shut up.
Everyone heading out to Shea Stadium. I hope that it's not going to be too bad of a rainstorm, getting some showers here in Manhattan right now.
Well, the weatherman that I was watching on TV earlier, all excited because the heat today. Any extremes in weather, and the weathermen just go crazy and saying that these are just passing thunderstorms. Could get ugly, but it should be okay for the game tonight.
Okay. Speaking of baseball, we were reading in Maxim magazine. There's a very interesting article on how they play baseball in where? Finland?
Finland. It's Finland-style baseball. I don't know what kind of hallucinogenic narcotics they're on in Finland, but this is no way to play baseball. Get this. The pitcher stands... How close do you think the pitcher stands to the batter? In regular baseball, do you know what it is?
What is it, 75, 80 feet, whatever?
Yeah, something like that.
How close is the pitcher to the batter in Finland?
In Finland, 2 feet.
No way.
I am not kidding you. The pitcher stands 2 feet in front of the batter,
Uh-huh.
and with an underhand toss, lobs the ball 15 feet straight up in the air, and then ducks.
You sure after the game they don't all get on a short bus?
With hockey helmets on and hit themselves. 15 feet straight up in the air, then he ducks.
And then he ducks. Well, that's smart.
Yeah, that's the one smart thing about this.
Yeah.
Then it just gets more ridiculous after that. The batter tenses up, swings. If he hits it, he drops the bat and sprints toward third base. I'm not kidding. Now this is the way to play baseball, don't you know? Now get this.
Yeah.
On the first two pitches, the batter advances runners by hitting the ball.
Okay.
But he doesn't have to run himself.
Really?
If there's a batter on base already, the guy up at bat can hit 3 times and just stand there. Like, okay, run. He doesn't have to run.
He doesn't have to run.
The guy on base has to run. So he can score, he could get like 3 RBIs.
So they've taken
every time he's up.
Our pastime and they've screwed it up.
Perverted it.
Any other rules in baseball in Finland?
Oh, there's more. Should the batter fly out but arrive at the base before the ball, he's in a state of purgatory, don't you know? Between safe and out, and he gets sent back to the dugout, don't you know?
What?
Of course. But if he doesn't beat the throw to the base, he's out. Now, you might say, what does that mean? Well, 11 purgatories retire the side.
11 purgatories?
As opposed to 3 outs. God. That's baseball in Finland, don't you know?
What other sports do they play in Finland?
I don't know, but I'm sure they require some type of sedation.
Right. Well, we're trying to learn stuff on the show today. Already we're learning about cows exploding in the extreme heat, and someone's got to call up and tell us what other sports they play in Finland, because I'm very curious.
Well, hockey.
Well, obviously they're very good at hockey, but obviously they're not good at baseball.
Yeah, we didn't decide to take hockey and, pervert it.
No. All right.
Ridiculous. I'm never going to Finland.
I don't want to get off on a tangent here, but know what I hate about watching hockey on TV?
What?
That streak on Fox.
Oh, yeah.
I know where the puck is going. I don't need that streak to tell me where it's going.
I want to go to the game. I don't want to watch it on TV.
It's a much better game to watch live. Okay. Fax number 212-957-WNEW if you want to add anything to the discussion. And, whoa, phone's ringing like crazy. Do they still hate us? We'll go to them next and see what you guys are all about. Stay there. Hey, these guys sounded great this morning on Dave Herman Show. I hope you had a chance to hear them. Grant Lee Buffalo played this one live. It's Truly on 102.7 WNEW, The Rock of New York. 102.7 WNEW, The Rock of New York. Jesus Jones, and right here and right now, it's Opie and Anthony, the new guys at NEW. Having a good time. Actually, people are starting to slowly but surely warm up to us a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people in general don't like change, so yesterday was kind of brutal.
A little much.
But now people are like, yeah, you guys aren't too bad. We'll give you a try for another few days before we make our decision, before we hate you for the rest of our lives.
Thank you.
I know. The NEW listeners are very loyal, and we know that.
That's true.
We truly know that. If you want to send a fax today, 212-957-WNEW, and the phone line is 212-757-1027. We'll go to the phones in a little bit, see what people are saying today.
Yeah, that's something people learn, too, about our show. We like phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
It's the People's Show.
Yeah, we like to call it the People's Radio Show, so if it's like you got something on your mind, you could get on the radio and talk about it.
Get something off your chest,
Right.
It's easy.
But it's funny, because people are calling up and going, well, could you tell us a little more about you guys? Because we really don't know much. So I figured we'd play another track from a CD we had out.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we're going to promote this. I won't even tell you the name of it. If you want to find it, you can find it. But that's not the reason we're playing this, okay? But I want to play the Reagan bit, actually.
Yeah, sure.
Why not? Anthony does a killer Ronald Reagan.
Thank you.
And about a year ago,
I do?
Yes, you do, Anthony.
Who the hell is Ronald Reagan? Nancy. Yes?
Hey, Mr. Reagan, do you like the Opie and Anthony show so far? It's only been 2 days, but what do you think?
Well, I love Amos and Andy. I think they're a couple of funny gents.
No, it's Opie and Anthony.
Otis and Mary are very... I love them. God bless America.
I hope you know what radio station you're listening to.
What's that?
Oh, forget it. Anyway, about a year ago, we called the Ronald Reagan Library, his actual library, looking for Nancy Reagan. And this is what happened. Check it out. 1027 WNEW, where rock lives, Kansas. Carry On, Wayward Son, from 1976.
I remember jamming that one out of my Pioneer Super Tuner in my 40 Conoline van with the bubble window on the back.
You had one of those vans?
Oh, dude, and it had the Molly Hatchet guy from the Molly Hatchet album cover with the big hatchet airbrushed on the side.
Wow, you must have been making a lot of money way back then, huh?
Had the bed in the back, and the fridge with the shag carpeting.
With the famous bumper sticker.
If this van's a rockin', don't come knockin'. And I had Krager rims.
Tell me the cops didn't see that van coming a mile away.
I never got more than 5 feet without getting pulled over. It's like, yeah, all right, let's go out, babe.
Right.
That's my vehicle, please.
Oh,
must have been the Molly Hatchet on the side of the van.
That did it every time. And then they'd have to look in the back.
Right.
Dude, he's gonna see a seed. There's a seed in the shag carpeting. Throw it out.
And did you have your stack of 8-tracks?
Well, yeah. Who wouldn't? And then I had the matchbook that I used to have to jam on the side of the 8-track to keep it from skipping when I used to go off-roading in the woods.
You know what I loved about 8-tracks? In the middle of those damn Yes songs, it would stop and you have to start it up again in the next track. They couldn't figure that out.
Yeah, the song would fade, then there'd be a switch tracks, and then it would fade back up again.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
The good old days.
The good old days is right. All right, it's Opie and Anthony, the voices coming from your radio, the new guys, yes. People are trying us on.
For the time being, we're new.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we won't be new for too long. Actually,
as time goes on.
Actually, this is our second show at NEW, right? I think we have 524,678 shows to go before we catch up to Scott Muni.
Is that it? That's all? That's all?
That's it.
We're well on our way.
All right. If you want to give us a call, 212-757-1027. Faxes are spilling out like crazy. So far, we're finding out that the cops like us.
I like that.
We like that a lot.
I'm a supporter of the police.
We're all supporters of the police here at NEW.
I mean, there were times you would speed.
Right.
I think you have more speeding tickets than I've ever gotten.
I got 4 speeding tickets in a year and a half. Yes. That's why I'm glad I'm back in the New York area, because there's not many places you could speed anymore.
That's true.
So I'm going to be safe for a while.
Not in downtown.
Right. But if you want to send a fax to the pile, 212-957-WNEW. All weekend, we're giving away tickets to A Day in the Garden. When you hear Walk This Way by Aerosmith, be the 10th caller at 212-757-1027, and you'll score tickets for both days. That song on the way, but in the meantime, it's Johnny Lang, Lie to Me, on 102.7 WNEW, the Rock of New York. 102.7 WNEW, where rock lives, Boston. It's Opie and Anthony, and we know what Brad Delp is now up to these days.
Yes, we do. He's in a little band called Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. He plays Beatle covers for Christmas parties.
He actually played at one of our Christmas parties.
The last radio job we had, Brad Delp. Actually, it was in Boston, his pretty much hometown, obviously.
Yeah.
And we had this Christmas party, and next thing I know, I'm like, Anthony, that's Brad Delp. And he's playing Beatles songs.
He's singing.
At our Christmas party.
I actually got up and sang a song with him, which was pretty cool.
It was very cool.
Like,
but
how often do you get to sing with Brad Delp?
But this guy was huger than huge, and now he's reduced to singing Beatles songs at Christmas parties.
Bunch of people that just going, Play me a song!
Right.
Oh, God, this guy was playing arenas, and now some drunks at a Christmas party were yelling songs at him.
Yeah, I think Arthur was there, actually. We're trying to...
Hey!
Oh, no.
Weren't you Bradley Delp? Why are you playing Beatle covers? Come on, play some of your Boston songs. He's taking the knife out of the cheese. You think he wants some cheese?
But But he's still
He had drunks yelling at him.
He's still a very cool guy, and he probably has more money than God, and that's probably why he's doing this, because he wants to.
He enjoys it.
He's one of those guys that doesn't have to work anymore in his life. So he's probably enjoying it, right?
I would doubt it.
I think we brought back some memories for some people out there. The phones are going crazy. We were just talking about those custom vans of the late 70s.
If you had one, you were the coolest guy in school. That's for sure. You'd need the big 40 Econoline van, bubble window in the back, Pioneer Super Tuner with the 8-track in there, shag carpeting.
And the best memory you brought up, the Molly Hatchet.
The big Molly Hatchet mural airbrushed on the side.
Right.
That was the coolest.
Let's go to the phones. Hi, NEW. 1027 WNEW, the Rock of New York, Wallflowers, and Heroes from the Godzilla movie soundtrack. The album soundtrack is really good, but that movie was the biggest disappointment in movie history, I do believe. You haven't seen it yet.
Can't comment on it? Haven't seen it yet.
Don't even bother. What did this... they turned Godzilla into a lizard.
I was a huge Godzilla fan when I was a kid, and yeah, I hear they ruined his look.
They ruined his look. The acting... Well, everyone knows. Everyone has seen this movie.
The acting... I preferred the guy in the suit better than the computer-generated Godzilla.
Well, the Godzilla looked really good. It was the acting and just the storyline, and I could talk about it for an hour.
Please don't.
I won't. New releases this weekend, though. George Clooney and Jennifer Lopez in Out of Sight. 3.5 stars, getting very good reviews. And Jennifer Lopez, if you're listening, I love you. I know she was in town last night. I was trying to stalk her, but I couldn't find her.
Great. That's all we need. You getting arrested for stalking. Good.
It's just a matter of time. And then Dr. Dolittle with Eddie Murphy, getting horrible reviews. Is it? Depending on what paper you picked up today. But I want to see it because I want to see Chris Rock as the hamster.
It's the voice of Chris Rock.
Oh,
I thought he was in a hamster suit.
Yeah, I thought so too. We got to get Chris Rock on the show as well. We've had him on in another life, and he's very cool and very funny. So.
Yeah.
All right, it's Opie and Anthony. We got another van story on the line. I think we touched a nerve with the NEW listeners today.
Hit a little nerve talking about 70s the vans, because some of the music we're hearing here at NEW kind of brings you back.
Brings you back a bit.
He used to have one of those 40 Econoline vans. Yeah, with the mural on the side. It's either got to be from the Molly Hatchet albums or a Yes album. A good Yes album also made a good van mural.
I used to make a really good Yes logo on my books in school.
Did you?
I was proud of my Yes.
I was good at drawing the Van Halen logo.
Were you?
On my notebook.
Oh.
It's the only thing I wrote.
And everyone was able to do the Who.
Yeah.
That was the easiest one.
That was the easy one.
But the Yes logo, it took a little talent.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
The vans, also a couple of other items. The mud flaps with Yosemite Sam and Back Off.
No, most of them had the Playboy symbol.
No, the Playboy was the air freshener inside. That reeked really bad because you were trying to cover up scents that you didn't want your parents smelling.
Exactly.
When that horrifying time came when maybe one of your parents went, "Son, I'll have to borrow your car." All right, wait 1 minute. And you ran out and got rid of all the contraband.
Right. Do you need it now, or is this like a week from today, hopefully?
If my old man finds one seed, I'm screwed.
Let's go to the phones. 1027 WNEW, the Rock of New York, Pearl Jam, and Wish List. It's Opie and Anthony. Thanks for checking us out today. We definitely appreciate our second day on the job here at NEW, and we're getting some pretty good feedback, actually.
Yeah.
A bunch of people like that Ronald Reagan bit we did earlier.
Well, thank you.
Got to say thanks to Captain Murphy for checking in.
Who's that?
One of the fine listeners of NEW, yes.
Oh, thank you, Mommy.
Also, Nat says, if you really want to show the public what you can do, play the bit about the $100,000 winner. I actually have that as a WAV file. I don't know if New York's ready for that one. That's a rough one.
Yeah.
Actually, we'll do it on a future show. How's that? Because we're still warming up to this whole thing in New York.
Yeah, we're kind of easing in.
We could explain that to people, though. The reason why we can't play it is that I don't have a copy of it on me. But basically, at our last radio job, we kind of got mad at the people that owned us, and we gave away $100,000 without asking.
Yeah, we said we were giving away $100,000. Turned out to be the candy bar.
Turned out to be the candy bar, and we got this guy on the phone that really, really lost it. And he tried to hunt us down and kill us, basically. And he never found us, thank God. And we are now gone from that radio job, and we have moved on. So hopefully he won't follow us down here.
Do you have an apartment yet?
I'm
permanent residence?
I'm still searching. I'm in a temporary place right now.
Well, let me tell you something. Last time I needed to get a place of residence, I just opened up the paper, found the landlord, called him, checked the place out, gave him last month's rent, and moved in.
That's not how it's done these days.
No, now there's a middleman called the realtor.
The realtor.
Who gets a month's rent as commission.
For doing nothing. For doing absolutely nothing.
No, I've been through this. I know what they do. It's fascinating. They take you around to the houses that you looked at in the paper, and it said call the realtor.
Mm-hmm.
So I could have called the landlord, but for some reason I couldn't. I had to call the realtor. Then you follow a maniacal woman in a huge car to various houses.
They are so hyper, these ladies.
They are crazy.
They're crazy.
And they know everybody.
Yeah.
I know the person in that house. I know the one that lived there. I sold this one. I know that one. Follow me. And you're frightened for your life. I learned to follow him in your own car.
That's smart.
I was like, you want to leave your car?
Yeah.
Or ride with me?
Yeah.
You got a helmet or something? Because I'm afraid.
Because the realtor likes to work the car phone, likes to turn up the radio, likes to put makeup on, all while you're in the passenger seat as she goes 70 and a 30.
Well, they're familiar with the neighborhood, so they just speed down these roads. Then, here comes the part of their job now. They bring you to the house, go, okay, this place I think will be very good for you. Here's a closet where you'll put your coats and your shoes. And now I'm starting to think, why do I need you?
They're showing you the obvious.
Here's the kitchen.
Right.
Cabinets above the sink here and on the side for various spices. And is that... I've been keeping my spices in a shoebox in the closet. Thank you. Here's a month's rent. Thank you.
How about this one? It's a lovely, lovely place. I absolutely adore this place. And I'm sitting there going, then why aren't you living here?
You take it.
Yeah, you take it then, if you like it that much.
Here's the fridge.
Right.
What do you do with this? Well, you'll put your meats and various vegetables in. They've been rotting in my garage. Is that what the... Bless you, take 2 months' rent.
Most people do, actually.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it is.
This is what I've been going through.
Yeah.
Stating the obvious. Thank you. I'll do it myself next time.
Anthony, we got a very mad realtor on the line.
Oh.
You're going to have to deal with her next. All weekend, we're giving away tickets to A Day in the Garden. When you hear Billy Joel's It's Still Rock and Roll to Me, be the 10th caller at 212-757-1027, and you'll score tickets for both days of the music festival. 1027 WNEW, where rock lives. It's Opie and Anthony. Want to say hi to everyone going to the Subway Series at Shea Stadium tonight. Hopefully the rain will hold out for you guys, you lucky stiffs that have tickets.
Yeah.
If I want to go, I got to pay Four-Finger Louie about $600 tonight outside.
And hope it's a real ticket.
And hope it's a real... Oh.
They get those counterfeit ones. It's like,
I just purchased this for $1,200 and you're sitting in my seat.
what do you mean?
I have a ticket and it's for this seat.
Excuse me, that's written in crayon?
Right. I got used bad once, scalping tickets for a Knick game. Oh, and they laughed at me. And when I looked at the ticket closer, I'm like, oh, it's typewriter print. I trusted him.
This is for the ABA.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a minute.
So they were almost going to rip up the tickets, and then they go, counterfeit, and then they call this guy over, and they bring me down to this office. And then they have a scrapbook, kind of like a yearbook, with all the scalpers' pictures in it. And they go, all right, point out which one it was that sold you the tickets.
And I was Benny most likely to rip me off out of this yearbook you got?
Yeah, and I was in line with about 20 to 30 other people. Happens all the time, as we all know. And I got used. We were so depressed.
Sap, you learn quick.
That's for sure. But anyway, you really got a realtor mad, and she's on the phone. She wants to talk to you, Anthony.
I was just stating that when I go to look for a house to rent or an apartment, I have to open a paper, look in the area I want to live in, then look for a house, dial a number, and make an appointment to see the house. I don't think I need a middleman. I think I could call the owner, look at the house myself. I was saying that a realtor shows you the obvious. Here's the kitchen. I know. Here's the bedroom. Oh, what are we doing here? Sleep. Thank you. I was on the roof sleeping until a realtor told me I sleep in the bedroom. Wow, you're a genius. I could do it myself.
Well, this lady thinks that her job is much more important than what you think. 1027 WNEW, where rock lives, REM, Losing My Religion. Those guys working on a new project. Should be out soon. Do you think REM has the worst luck in rock and roll history?
Why?
Everyone in the band has had medical problems. What band has had it worse than REM?
Def Leppard, I would think.
That's
pretty tragic.
Leonard Skinner, too, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
I saw the VH1 thing on Def Leppard the other day, and it's just like, and then all of a sudden I'll look down and I don't have an arm. Wow. And then the one guy was just drunk all the time, and he dies. It was like Spinal Tap.
Yeah, that's a great series on TV, though.
Yeah. Yeah, they show the tragic side of people who have been successful.
This weekend it's Tony Orlando. All right.
Yeah, and then sometimes they play people that no one really cares about.
Like who?
What happened? Tony Orlando.
Oh, yeah.
Who cares?
I know. I forgot about him 15 years ago, I do believe.
Still milking his friendship with Freddie Prinze.
Right. They look like the same person. Separated at birth, those two. Well, it's Opie and Anthony. Thanks for checking us out. Appreciate it. 2 days down.
Yeah.
Getting a little better as we go along here. People are getting used to us a little bit.
I think so.
Had a few nice calls and nice emails and nice faxes from people that are giving us a chance, and we appreciate that.
Thank you.
And you have to go move this weekend.
I am not looking forward to this. First of all, the wife is in a state of confusion. She's in those moods now where it's like, the beginning of the phone conversation's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I say a word that triggers a subliminal thought in her head that was planted there when she was 6 or something. Because all of a sudden, the word couch.
Right.
Couch. You! What did I do? Honey, what did I do? What's wrong? Nothing. Now, hun, I know something's wrong. Nothing. But if you keep asking, something will be wrong. Now if you're in the catch-22 because you know something's wrong, but now you can't even question it anymore, or else it's really going to blow up.
Boy,
but it doesn't get any worse.
Right. Boy,
it's as bad as it can get.
Boy, Anthony, no guy out there can relate to what you're talking about.
Oh, no.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Honey, what's wrong? Nothing.
You got to tell people you only see her, once a week right now?
Yeah, right now it's a once-a-week thing. So
until the whole household has moved down to the New York area.
Yeah, we're moving in dribs and drabs.
Yes.
Right now, so she's up there. We should be a family again this week.
Why don't you tell the fine folks of New York what you're moving this weekend?
What I have to move? What, the cats? Yeah. I have to take our cats down in the truck.
How many cats do you have, man?
4 cats.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
I wanted 1 cat. And then Jen wanted one.
Uh-huh.
And she gets a female cat.
Yep.
I had a male cat.
Whoops.
Let's not fix them. Now, what are they going to do? Cats aren't known for reproducing.
All of a sudden, we had a bunch of cats.
Yeah.
And I stood firm. I am like, we are not keeping any kittens. None. No kittens. 2 kittens later, we have 4 cats. And now I have to move them.
Well, it's pretty obvious who runs that household.
Oh, I know. I'm wearing a skirt. Believe me.
All right.
Oh, thank you.
Well, have fun.
Thank you. I'm driving into hell.
Yes.
Right after the show.
Yes, and we'll be back on the radio, Monday at 3, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
And have fun at the Subway Series. I wish I was there.